It's the most tragic event, horrific, that it happened in a church, to say the least, is most condemnable.
It was a Black Sunday on June 5, 2022, after unknown shooters with explosives stormed St. Francis Xavier Catholic Church in Owo Town, Ondo State, around 11:30 a.m. and opened fire on innocent Christians honoring their God for Pentecost Sunday. From videos making the rounds, many worshippers were found lying in a pool of their blood by town residents shortly after the attack. According to reports, over 80 worshippers have been confirmed dead, including adults and children. Although still unconfirmed, some children were reportedly kidnapped during the gruesome attack. Children lost their parents and parents lost their children. One of the most heartbreaking stories that have gone viral is a family of 4 visiting their relative in Owo. They had all gone into the church that morning with hopes of returning to their host home in one piece. Sadly, the innocent family was utterly wiped out from the face of the earth. Since the attack, the whole town has been thrown into mourning. In contrast, others continue running helter-skelter to either rush victims to the Federal Medical Center in the town or get blood donors to help surviving victims. Before this attack, Owo, an ancient town known for its unique pottery and carved arts, was described as peaceful and serene. As such, the reasons behind this attack remain very unclear to all and sundry, with many residents earning a living from farming both food and cash crops, including marijuana. Some have begun to speculate it is a drug cartel sending a message to certain people. However, many pointed out it must be bandits or suspected religious terrorists. Starting the attack fits their modus operandi of attacking Christians and their place of worship.
The father was liberated, then this Boko Haram come inside, blowing bomb, shooting aside. Then members of the church are running away. Some people they start shooting some people from leg. They get one woman from back, from face, others shooting the leg, shooting. So and now father now is going inside the house. As that thing is before after them, the soldiers. Before the soldiers come, they don't escape. That is that. Then
was the priest kidnapped?
Hello, please. No. Hello, please.
How many people they come? Those gunmen, how many them?
How many?
How many?
On the other hand, some have pointed out the increasingly violent conflict between farmers and Fulani herders encroaching on farmland and forest reserves. They claim it is a revenge attack to send a message to the state governor who chased away violent Fulani herders in the past and an indigene of Owo. Despite what the attack could mean, the state governor, Akeredolu, has begged Owo residents not to take laws into their own hands. Sadly, they have mostly turned deaf ears as reports claim indigenes have begun to send their Fulani neighbors packing. Owo is only 4 hours away from Lagos, 1 hour away from Ekiti State, 3 hours away from Ogun State, and 2 hours away from Osun State. While this information may sound like mere geography, it has begun to send panic waves among Southerners who believe that the Boko Haram terrorists may be closer to home than thought. While the general public continues to react on social media, the president, governors, ministers, and other top politicians have also joined in expressing shock. Are they doing it wholeheartedly in hopes of finding a solution to save lives? Or are they reacting to score political points?
Hello guys, it's T-Code here for African Glitz.
President Buhari. In the usual manner, President Muhammadu Buhari didn't waste much time stating that his heart goes out to the victims of the Owo attack. In the condolence message released by his media aide, Femi Adesina, Buhari stated that only devilish and wicked people could have planned and carried out such a cruel act. Hence, eternal sorrow awaits them both on earth and in the afterlife. No matter what, this country shall never give in to evil people, and darkness will never overcome the light. Nigeria will surely win, he said. Mr. President, however, promised to ensure security agencies in the country swing into the action and apprehend perpetrators of the act. Unfortunately, Nigerians have described Buhari's message as a fake show of empathy after being captured in the banquet hall in Aso Rock, hosting APC leaders and governors to dinner on the same day of the attack. Many expect that as the president, he would have suspended the dinner party out of respect for the dead. Instead, he, alongside Yemi Osinbajo, Femi Gbajabiamila, Ahmed Lawan, Iyola Omisore, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and other prominent leaders was seen eating, drinking, laughing hysterically, and making merry. At the same time, the whole country mourned the victims of Owo Attack. Rotimi Akeredolu, the governor of Ondo State, has been described as wicked by residents of the state over the years. He refused to invest in the state infrastructure. His wife, Betty, has been accused of squandering the Sunshine State's wealth to advance her political career in Imo, her state of origin. The governor refuses to pay the salaries of the government workers. Before the Owo massacre, government workers received salaries last in December 2021, and according to sources, they only got 30% of their full salary. Many weren't expecting Akeredolu to react to the Owo attack with much sympathy. Surprisingly, the governor promptly visited the scene of the horrific attack in Owo and was captured, shedding what the public termed as crocodile tears. The 65-year-old Owo indigene, who is reportedly dealing with prostate cancer, visited the church, the Olowo of Owo, Oba Agbadegeshin Ogunoye, and the poorly equipped hospital where the victims were receiving treatment to commiserate with them. According to Aketi, he felt very sad about the horrific attack and described it as tragic. The governor then pleaded with the resident not to retaliate in any way, adding that he had to protect them and he would make sure the perpetrators did not escape justice. Finally, he promised that this tragic event would never happen in Ondo State again, but the people who have lost their faith in his leadership ability are now looking for other ways to protect themselves against future attacks.
I don't want to talk about what we see or what we hear happens in America. What we have in America is a child spirit. What happens there?
Yemi Osinbajo. Following the APC caucus dinner in Abuja that has been widely condemned, the vice president arrived in Owo on Monday, June 6, 2022, to deliver the president's condolence message in person. In a video making the rounds, it could be seen inspecting the Catholic Church where the attack took place. Earlier in a tweet, Osinbajo expressed sadness over the senseless massacre of innocent people in Owo. My deepest condolences go to the families whose hearts are broken and are grasping for answers. We are united in grief and a resolve to defeat the cowards who unleash terror on defenseless people, he said. Also, hours before he arrived Owo, Osinbajo was reportedly involved in a ghastly car accident. However, his media aide, Laolu Akonde, debunked the news, saying the vice president only stopped to help a lone car accident victim on his way to the airport en route to Owo. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. 2023 presidential hopeful Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who the Olowo of Owo previously endorsed, paid a condolence visit to victims of the gruesome attack in the company of Ondo State Governor. Tinubu right there and then donated 50 million to the victims' families and 25 million to the Catholic Church.
I was telling you, 15 million.
Before the visit, the Jagaban of Bogu had condemned the wanton killings on Twitter, saying that there is no place for such hatred and taking of innocent lives in our nation. He further stated that no one can discern the darkness in the mind of those that will kill people who are merely engaged in the harmless practice of their faith, adding that this violent attack has shocked the conscience of the nation and shattered the peace of this ancient town. Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who the youths continue to call the figurehead governor of Lagos State, also didn't waste much time condemning the Owo attack. He said, "Attacking a congregation and shedding innocent blood during a divine service in the temple of God is condemnable as it is a crime against humanity. It is a barbaric, callous and despicable crime for any man to attack and kill worshippers or any fellow man in a manner the yet to be identified gunmen carried out the heinous crime in the Catholic Church this morning." Sanwo-Olu then said that his thoughts and prayers were with the victims of the attack. Kayode Fayemi. 2023 presidential aspirant and governor of Ekiti State, Kayode Fayemi, has described the horrific attack as vile, callous and barbaric. According to the governor, in a press release titled, Fayemi condemns Owo killing, the perpetrators of this dastardly act must not go unpunished before calling on relevant security agencies in Ondo State to spring into action and ensure that they are brought to book immediately. Besides condemning the attack, Fayemi has decided to support victims by ordering the Ekiti State Commissioner for Health to mobilize both human and medical resources to Owo. Godwin Obaseki. The governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, has not only condemned the attack but also commiserated with the victims. According to Obaseki, this mindless act committed in a church where many gathered to seek spiritual solace and worship God has tilted the scale in our nation's war against terror. The governor then promised to support the Ondo State governor in apprehending the perpetrators of the act. Dapo Abiodun. The governor of Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun, who is still recovering from the disrespect he got from Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who called him Eleyi while visiting the state recently, has not let this incident stop him from commiserating with victims of the Owo attack. Describing the incident as sad, disheartening and a rude shock, explained that the massacre was planned and executed to plant fears in the people's hearts and paint a picture of anarchy as the nation prepares for the 2023 general election. Boyega Oyetola. Also reacting to the Owo attack is Boyega Oyetola. The governor has promised to support Ondo State in every possible way. Oyetola, however, said that an attack of this nature is totally barbaric, wicked and an act of unprovoked aggression against innocent people, adding, "It is both mean and inhumane to turn the sacred sanctuary of a church to a killing field on a Sunday morning." Seyi Makinde. Following the attack in Owo, the governor of Oyo State immediately commiserated with the Ondo State governor, Rotimi Akeredolu, who he described as his brother. Makinde didn't only describe the cruel act as condemnable in its entirety, and he mentioned that it was unprovoked. The governor then urged security agencies to find the perpetrators and bring them to book as soon as possible. Peter Obi. While many northern governors continue to keep mute about the attack in Owo, 2023 presidential hopefuls have been taking turns in condemning the attack and airing their thoughts about it. One of such people is the former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi. In a tweet, he wrote, "What happened in Owo today again adds to my position that our country is fast becoming a failed state. All must now join hands in saving our country from this existential situation we find ourselves in today." Atiku Abubakar. The former vice president running for the presidency for the 6th time also reacted and was very lucky to call the Buhari regime a failed regime. He then went ahead to ask, "But for how long shall we continue in this manner? We wish to remind President Buhari that he derives his legitimacy from the people and that his government's inefficiency is driving Nigeria and Nigerians to the edge." Atiku then added that as a retired military general, the least Nigerians should enjoy under Buhari's government is security. Yet, the reverse is the case. Rotimi Amechi. The former governor of Rivers State and immediate past minister of transportation, Rotimi Amechi, also condemned the massacre as vile and senseless. He then urged security agencies to collaborate and fish out the perpetrators before things escalate. As more details unfold, it looks like more 2023 presidential aspirants and sitting governors are still coming forward to express shock. The question now is, what are they going to jointly do to make sure such occurrences never take place any longer in the nearest future? What do you think about the gruesome attack in Owo, Ondo State? Who do you think carried out the attack based on their modus operandi? Do you think the governor of Ondo State will make the perpetrators pay as promised? What do you think about Bola Tinubu donating 75 million naira to victims of the attack?
Share your opinion in the comment section down below. If you found this video informative, please comment, like and share. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more well-researched African stories and news we know you would like. click on the bell sign to be notified every time you upload a new video so that you don't miss out. Thanks for watching and see you on our next one.